YouTube, man? What's up with y'all, man? It's your boy ATM.E. In today's video, bro, we are reacting to a video. Now, this video caught my eye, bro. It says the addict who became the NFL's highest paid star. So I'm actually interested in this video, trying to see what's going on with this topic. Let's see what's up, man. You feel me? Let's actually see what's up. Let me go ahead and switch y'all over to this side. Bow. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Y'all ready? Let's get into the video.
Linebacker to defensive end.
Okay. Boom. Let's do it.
Worst nightmare, but the one guy he couldn't stop. Fearless. Max Crosby is one of the toughest players in the league. Fearless, relentless, a quarterback's worst nightmare. But the one guy he couldn't stop was himself.
I was doing here and there, take a pill that I didn't even know what it was, like, it was scary.
And while the world was cheering him on, he hit rock bottom.
Like, I felt like I was dying. Well, I looked in the mirror and, like, didn't even recognize myself.
I remember him too, bro. No cap, I definitely remember him, bro. I was like, damn, who this dude, bro? This white dude, he got tattoos, he got swag, you know what I'm saying? Who, bro? I remember seeing he had like a post-game interview for the Raiders.
This is how a fourth-round pick from a no-name college lost himself and clawed his way to becoming the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Max Crosby grew up in Lapeer, Michigan, a quiet town, a simple life. But when the housing market crashed, life changed. The Crosbys were forced to move to Texas and live with Grandpa. And that's where Max got introduced to Texas high school football. Max played linebacker, but he was kind of chubby and not the most athletic kid, unlike his older brother Miles Crosby, who had multiple D1 offers and was the star of the show.
My brother was like the man. He was a pretty boy, got all the girl, like, so in my head, I was always like, I'm trying to be like him. Like, they don't want me. I had that jealousy and I wanted that in life. And like, I just wasn't happy as a human being.
Until we found the magic fix, the solution to all his insecurities and self-doubt. Max was introduced to alcohol.
First time I ever drank in high school, I was like, I'm in love. Like, this is, I could go up to any chick and talk now. Like, I was a middle child, redhead. Like, I wasn't the most confident kid growing up.
For the first time in his life, it felt like he fit in, and he finally escaped his brother's shadow. And on the field, something else was changing too. Just before his senior year, he hit a 4-inch growth spurt. So he got moved from linebacker to defensive end, learning the position on the fly against D1 talent.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Like he said, bro, he was talking about he was on alcohol, bro. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like a lot of people don't say this, bro, but alcohol is a drug, bro. Alcohol is a drug. I'm gonna say that. Alcohol is a drug, bro. I feel like alcohol is definitely a drug. Like, I don't know. Like, it definitely is, for sure.
His tape wasn't impressive, and his dream of going D1 looked finished. Until one school came through. It might have been the worst D1 program in the country at the time, Eastern Michigan University.
Like, I was surprised I got a D1 offer. They were the only D1 to offer me, bro. They're my only offer in general. I got that offer, I jumped on it, committed, and boom.
But that new freedom came with a whole lot of problems. Eastern Michigan wasn't exactly a football powerhouse. Coming off a 2-10 season, there were less fans in the stands than his high school games.
Damn.
But Max didn't care. He was excited. The problem was Max was undersized and inexperienced. So coaches decided to redshirt him. He hated it. But that year might have been the best thing to ever happen to him.
So the whole year, I just got to go on scout team and fucking learn. Try and spin moves, try and just all different type of shit. And I was winning scout team player of the week every week. That's when I really fell in love with it.
So in his sophomore year, Max went off, having 11 sacks and making first-team All-MAC. But off the field, he was slowly losing control. Now that he had freedom, he could drink whenever he wanted to.
Oh, yeah. His ass gonna be drunk every game, literally.
So Max became the life of the party, getting blackout drunk and repeating it the next day. But somewhere in the chaos, he met someone that would change his life. Rachel Washburn, a soccer player at Eastern Michigan. Dating Max was far from easy. She had to deal with his crazy lifestyle.
You would just leave for like days at a time, and like you would would leave Thursday, come back Sunday, same clothes. What was kind of frustrating too, though, is because he could compartmentalize it and then go wake up Monday and play football.
But that changed his junior year when his drinking finally caught up to him. Max got a DUI, and he was looking at a 2-game suspension. For a player trying to make the NFL, that's a nightmare. So he stopped drinking. He'd still go to parties, but he'd just sit there miserable as hell. Eventually, he made it through the season, making All-MAC again. He still had a year of eligibility, another year to improve his draft stock. But Max made a crazy decision. He declared for the NFL draft.
I had every coach tell me, you're gonna go in the 6th, 7th round. You need to go back to school. You need to, like, some of the closest people to me, like, bro, you need to go back to school. I'm like, fuck you. You don't think I could fucking do it? Like, all right, fuck you.
Only 2 people supported him, Rachel and his agent, CJ. That's all.
That's the thing, bro. When you got a goal, bro, everybody's going to tell you no. You got to, same thing we was going over last night, bro. When you got a goal, you got to damn near sound delusional, bro. They're telling him, they're like, yo, you cannot go to the NFL. You can't do this. You're not going to do this. You're not good enough. You got to sound fucking crazy to people if you want to get something done, bro. Like, dead ass. You know what I'm saying? So he on that, hey, bro, like, I'm on that. I'm trying to go to the league. Facts. It sound delusional as fuck. You at this weak-ass D1 school. Come on, bro. You're not going to the league. But you got to sound delusional. Only person that see that dream is you. You the only person that dream. Nobody's dreaming for you. And nobody's putting that work in for you. Facts.
All he needed, because he knew one thing for sure. Max Crosby is ready for the NFL. Going into the draft, Max wasn't exactly a hype prospect. A 245-pound D-end with a DUI, teams were concerned. But his agent gave him one piece of advice that stuck.
What my agent told me is, like, you go kill the combine, like, I think you're going to be a top 100 pick.
That's all he needed to hear. Because when the combine came around, he went crazy. Top 3 in almost every drill, and he ran a 4.66. At this point, he knew he was going top 100. But on draft day, things didn't go as planned.
First 2 days go by, like, I had the news people in my house in Texas, had my whole family. Second day comes, we're like to the last couple picks of the 3rd round, and I didn't get drafted. So now I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm in, like, panic mode.
The first 3 rounds were over, and Max just sat there frustrated, thinking, man, is it the DUI? Is it the weight?
I was so fucking mad, and I was with Rachel. I walked the fuck out of my party after that. I get in the car, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, I'm just yelling out loud, like, fuck, like, what the fuck? Got Burger King, fucked some Burger King up.
But then came day 3, and with the 106th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, his phone started ringing.
Are you that guy number 92 that's raising hell?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Will you come out? Hey, will you come out here?
I'm ready. I'm John Thomas. Thank you so much.
Gruden believed in him, and that's all Max needed to hear, because the long wait, the doubt, the embarrassment pissed him off.
Trust me, the competitor in me, I'm like, no fucking way. They waited fucking 3 days to draft my ass. I got something for y'all.
Yeah, turn me up, man. When you make that shit happen, bro, you gotta prove motherfuckers wrong, bro. You got to. No cap. You got to.
No doubt.
As a 4th round pick, there wasn't much pressure on Max. In fact, he was just trying to make the team. But in training camp, he got his welcome to the NFL moment. He had to go up against one of the biggest and meanest tackles in the game, Trent Brown. Max got his ass whooped. And every day he'd walk off the field and think, man, do I even belong here? But he kept pushing. And one day, something clicked.
I finally beat him with like a long arm in team, and I got a sack, and that took my confidence to a whole nother level.
But that didn't translate to the field. Max started as a rotational guy, coming off the field on 3rd downs. And for someone who never left the field in college, that was tough. In week 3 against the Vikings, he struggled, finishing the game with only 1 tackle. His confidence hit rock bottom. But one person kept believing in him, John Gruden. So when the Raiders lost their 3rd down edge rusher, Benson Mayowa, Gruden didn't hesitate. He gave Max a shot.
I remember my confidence level, like, leading up to that game, like, I was at my lowest of lowest. So I felt like I couldn't play in the league. Like, we played the Vikings the week before, bro. I had the worst game of my career. Like, I was like, I don't know if I could do this shit.
But that game changed everything, because Max finally made plays and forced a fumble. That boosted his confidence, because the next week, he got his first NFL sack against the Bears. The next game, another one.
He's in trouble back at the 33, and that is the rookie Max Crosby.
Max was going crazy, but off the field, he was going crazy too.
There you go, man. It's that one thing that's gonna kill you, bro. Facts. One thing that's gonna kill your dreams, man. Something that's holding you back. You could be a person, it could be a substance, or it could be a habit, or it could be addiction. Facts.
It got so bad that he even missed an entire day of practice, which as a rookie 4th round pick is wild. Rachel saw it from close and knew he needed help, but no one listened.
I felt like I was screaming down a dark hallway and everyone's like, figure it out.
So you were feeling completely alone.
No, 100%.
I put her through hell. Nobody even believed her. That's such a sad, lonely feeling, and that still hurts me to this day.
Max's on-the-field success made him blind to his addiction, and it got to the point where Rachel couldn't keep up anymore.
I threatened to leave like a million times and I've never left. But I finally left though. Like, it was such a good feeling for me.
Then came the Bengals game, where Max went insane, finishing the game with 4 sacks, winning AFC Defensive Player of the Week. And while the world was cheering him on, he was fighting a battle no one could see.
I was going through that with my girl. I'm partying my ass off, and I go out there versus the Bengals and get 4 sacks and come home and my girl hates me and I'm miserable. People don't even know that, bro.
Despite the chaos, Max finished the season with 10 sacks and came in.
I ain't gonna lie, low key, bro. It comes to a point. I feel like once you get to that point, right, where you get success, obviously, women, they're gonna come. You feel me? Women are gonna come, bro. But it's like, bro, you gotta just. Sometimes you got. It's okay to be single, bro. It's alright to just be like, you know what, bro? I don't need this right now. I need to lock in. I ain't gonna lie, you bringing drama to my life, I can't do it. Facts.
Second behind Nick Bosa in Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now it was time for the offseason. A moment where Max had money, time, and no obligations. And that's where things went terribly wrong.
Ah, shit.
For 3 months in a row, Max went on a crazy bender.
I was doing here and there. I was off the wall. I'd take a pill that I didn't even know what it was. It was scary.
Deep down, he felt like he was losing control of his life. So he made the hardest decision ever. He called Rachel. He called his agent and he said, I need help. So they called in a guy named Scotty, a rehab specialist who was flying to Vegas to help him. Max stayed sober for 10 days, and Scotty was on his way. It looked like Max was finally taking the first step to recovery. But then came the invite. Front row tickets to a UFC event in Vegas. Deep down he knew, I probably shouldn't go, but he did anyway. And that's where one drink turned into a 5-day bender and the scariest night of his life.
Bro, I woke up one morning I don't even recognize myself, bro. I'm miserable. I feel like fucking death. I felt like I was fucking dying. I'm like, I need to fucking get help.
So on March 11th, 2020, Max changed his life forever. He flew to Hollywood and checked into rehab. When he got there, he looked around and he realized he wasn't alone.
I thought I had the most problems of anybody on the planet, but you go into a rehab and you're like, holy shit, I know I'm fucked up, but there's some people more fucked up than me.
After 30 days, Max successfully finished the program, and he couldn't wait to go back home. But when he finally returned to Vegas, it was a battle every single day. Standing by his side was Rachel, his ride or die, the one who was there when everything was falling apart.
She'll take a bullet for me, legitimately. She's been through everything with me. My addiction, she's been there by my side the whole time. We've had ups and downs a million times, but at the end of the day, I always ran back to her.
The outside world had no idea what was going on. All they saw was a rookie coming off a 10-sack season. So in his sophomore year, there were expectations on Max, but he didn't live up to them. He ended the season with 7 sacks while playing through a torn labrum and a broken hand. But it wasn't just the injuries. Max tried to replace his addiction with junk food, so he didn't play in great shape. On March 11, 2021, he was officially 1 year sober. And that's when he decided to open up about his journey.
It took a lot because I was the same person. I was so really cared about my image, and I need to be known as hard ass football player, blah blah blah. That's how football players are, bro. It's our natural nature.
The response was massive, and players applauded him for opening up. But Max didn't just want to be a comeback story.
Sat with a nutritionist, got with the strength staff, got with everybody. I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be a middle of the road guy or a good story. Oh, he got sober in the league, whatever. I'm like, I'm trying to be the best.
And that's when the league was in trouble. No more injuries, no more junk food. Max Crosby was locked in. And in week 1 against the Ravens, he showed the world. He had 2 sacks, 6 pressures, and won AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Damn.
The Raiders started hot, winning their first 4 games. But in week 5, all momentum died. John Gruden's email scandal hit, and he was forced to resign. To Max, there wasn't just his coach. There was the guy who believed in him when no one else did.
I love Coach Gruden. I mean, he's like family to me. So yeah, it sucked. You're like, this is the dude that drafted me. And the next day, I'm literally with my wife in Gruden's house. Tears, but we had to keep going.
The next game, he had 3 sacks versus Denver. Max became a nightmare for every offense, wrecking plays, drawing double teams, setting the tone for the whole defense. He finished the year with 8 sacks, 108 total pressures, which was the most in the NFL. Pro Football Focus had him as the #1 edge rusher in football. And the cherry on top, Max Crosby made the Pro Bowl.
I really didn't believe it. I had to take a moment. Like I broke down. I just put in so much work. Shouldn't make it emotional. It's just like I was in rehab like almost 2 years ago, and now I'm in a Pro Bowl. Like,
and off the field, he was winning too. On March 11, 2022, he officially celebrated 2 years of sobriety. And on that exact same day, his life changed again.
We've got breaking news out of the NFL where the Las Vegas Raiders have signed defensive end Max Crosby to a monster extension. It's a 4-year deal worth under $99 million per multiple reports. That contract includes over $53 million guaranteed. It makes Crosby the 5th highest paid defensive end in the league.
Damn. What the fuck? 53 million. That shit crazy.
I want to show people out there that anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
In just 2 years, Max Crosby went from rock bottom to the face of the Raiders. But just when everything was falling in place, a new demon showed up. Some players get comfortable after their first big contract. Well, Max is the opposite. He went even harder, putting up 12.5 sacks, leading the league with 22 TFLs, and making his 2nd Pro Bowl. But it wasn't just the production, it was his motor. Max played over 1,000 snaps, most of any defensive lineman in the NFL. And maybe that fire came from something deeper, because mid-season, Max's whole life changed. Ella Rose Crosby was born.
It was the greatest day of my life, honestly. I can't even describe the moment. You'll never look at life the same.
He had a new reason to fight, not just for himself, but for his family. And in 2023, he needed every ounce of that fight because that season, disaster struck. In week 2 against the Bills, he slammed his knee into the turf and it swelled up. The doctors told him the only fix was rest, and it looked like for the first time in his NFL career, Max had to spend some time on the sidelines.
The shit was blown up like a balloon. And I wake up the next morning and I fucking almost pass out. Like I felt like I was dying.
But Max Crosby is a different breed. Every week, he drained his knee just to get back on the field. And somehow, on that messed up leg, he played through all 17 games, put up a career-high 14.5 sacks, and he made his 3rd straight Pro Bowl. But playing through all those injuries cost the price. And in 2024, he had to pay up. In week 2, of course, against the Ravens, he might have played the best game of his career. 2 sacks, 4 TFLs, and 5 pressures, upsetting the Ravens and again winning AFC Player of the Week. But at the end of that game, Max got hurt bad.
Defensive Player of the Week, I went nuts. In the second to last play, I get rolled up, and I've never done that, but I tore my ankle. Couldn't walk off the field there.
No, you played through it.
And I'm like mentally going through it. I'm like, I can't do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep fighting.
Mentally, it was a weird situation. He just came off the best game of his career, and he was happy for the team. But at the same time, he couldn't even walk, so he couldn't really process what was happening. The next game, he showed up in the boot, refusing to quit, but his body...
This nigga still playing though, but like, damn. 53 million, can you blame him though? Fuck it, go play.
Nothing to give anymore. So for the first time in his NFL career, after playing 84 games straight, Max Crosby missed a game.
Like, the competitor in me, I couldn't fucking sleep at night. You know what I mean? You're just sitting there hopeless and you want to go.
He was supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks, but after 1 week of rest, he was already back on the field. Every week he'd get treatment and push through the pain trying to help his team win, but the wins never came. The Raiders lost 10 straight games. Max kept fighting, until his body broke and he re-aggravated that same ankle injury in week 14. That's when the doctors gave him a choice. Keep on playing and risk permanent damage or shut it down for the season. So he got surgery and watched from the sidelines as the Raiders fell apart. He still had an amazing year. 7.5 sacks, 17 TFLs, making the Pro Bowl for the 4th time in a row. But to Max, none of that mattered. He just wanted to win. The Raiders ended up 4-13. And that's when the dominoes started falling. GM Tom Telesco, fired. Head coach Antonio Pierce, fired. But here's the crazy part. Max Crosby, the heart of the team, was now being linked to other franchises.
Every other day I got a new team making a graphic about Max Crosby's going to the Washington. I'm a fucking Raider.
But the Raiders responded, and they made a move that silenced every trade rumor. The kid with one D1 offer, who got drafted in the 4th round and almost lost himself to addiction, broke NFL history.
Max Crosby is not going anywhere.
Max Crosby is now the new highest paid non-quarterback in the National Football League. $106.5 million extension.
Damn.
That's 91.5 guaranteed.
The
I just
fuck?
want to be able to put some light into the world.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this nigga got 100.
In any way I can,
Bro.
to be a light for anybody going through what they're going through. You know what I mean? I'm about to be 5 years sober in a week, so that alone is, without that, I wouldn't be here.
This nigga's
There's
a
lot of
monster,
people
bro.
that helped me in this room along this journey, so can't thank those guys enough.
Pay that
Thank you all so
bag.
much for watching this video. If you guys like this content, please like.
Hey, man, that's the end of that video, bro. You feel me? That was just basically saying, man, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, bro, be like Max. Shit. If you got any goals, bro, like, just run through that shit, bro. Like, ain't even nothing to really say. You got any goals, you gonna sound crazy. Follow your dreams, because at the end of the day, bro, 90% of the people on this planet, they're not following their dreams, bro. I promise you, bro. 90%, 95, 90, 95, 99% of the people on this planet, bro, they're not following their dreams. They're only going for mediocre stuff, going for regular stuff. You follow your dreams, twin. Do what you want to do. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Let's get it, okay?